Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Trust that you are well this glorious Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, and I hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day, and you remembered what Memorial Day is all about. Now, it's Decoration Day from post-Civil War, but you know, and we hate to divide things up, but sometimes you have to divide them up in a way so people can understand what you're talking about. Memorial Day memorializes those that gave everything, their lives. And you know what? And by, substitution, their families too, we salute them. And without them, we wouldn't be, I wouldn't be able to sit in this chair and say the things I say in the way that I say them, because it is for those values that these folks gave their lives. And a lot of us don't really understand that. I don't think we can get the impact of that they were willing to die. They were willing to give their lives. They were willing to stop living. They were willing to give up their hopes and dreams and aspirations about their families and their jobs and their loved ones and their careers. So we could sit here and do this. That's a powerful thing. That's a powerful thing. So when we don't respect that, when we don't think about it in that way, we disrespect them and their memories. And I refuse to do that. This is not just a 3-day weekend. This was not just a day that, we could break out the barbecue sauce. This wasn't just the first day of summer, as it's been portrayed so much around the country. Memorial Day is the first day of summer. No. It is a very special time. It is a very solemn time. And we should teach our kids that too. We should teach our children that. All right. I hope it was meaningful to you. Let's get on with the get on here. The NAACP has drawn widespread mockery among conservatives, this past week for posting an official travel advisory for the state of Florida over its alleged ill treatment of Black Americans like myself and other minority groups like gay people. The organization took issue in part with Ron DeSantis's aggressive attempts to erase Black history in the state. Never mind that he just signed an African American studies bill into law that had unanimous support. Okay, even CNN called on NAACP President Derek Johnson to square Florida Chamber of Commerce statement that he noted how the state is number one for Black-owned businesses, number two for Hispanic-owned businesses with a travel notice, number one in the country for Black-owned businesses. So if you, I don't know, have Black people boycott Florida, who's it hurt? This is some MLB All-Star game madness, isn't it? So when you hear these numbers, what they're saying is, look, African Americans and Hispanics are doing quite well here. And when it comes to running their own businesses and being able to make money here and being able to live decent lives, how do you address that with this new ban? Host Sarah Steiner asked. All Johnson could do was point that it was to dismiss it as propaganda language. Yeah. So DeSantis is right to call the travel notice a pure stunt. But two can play at that game. It was so stupid. In a press release, GOP Senator Rick Scott, who's a former governor, issued a travel advisory of his own. It says this: Florida is openly hostile towards socialists, communists, and those that enable them. Before traveling to Florida, please understand that the state of Florida devalues and marginalizes the contribution of and the challenges faced by socialists and others who work in the Biden administration. Let me be clear. Any attempts to spread the oppression and poverty that socialism All waste brings will be rebuffed by the people of Florida. Travelers should be aware that attempts to spread socialisms in North Florida will fail and be met with laughter and mockery, he added. However, in much of Central and South Florida, the situation is far more dangerous for socialists, as they may encounter people from Cuba, Venezuela, and other parts of Central and South America and the Caribbean who have direct knowledge of and experience with the horrors of socialism. The NAACP wasn't serious about their advisory, of course, as members of the leadership of the group, not only in vacation in Florida, but some actually live here. The chairman of the Florida GOP was kindly offered to help them with moving costs. I mean, if you want to leave, go ahead and go. Now, the chairman of Leon Russell lives in Tampa. He lives where I live. He lives here. He's the chairman of the NAACP board of directors. Lives right here. Now, of course, he appreciated that offer. First of all, he said, he's full of bull ass. He said on MSNBC. Secondly, you need to understand it's not about money. It's about people. And it's about humanity. Thirdly, quite frankly, we haven't told anybody to leave. No, that's not what nobody is. These are why these people are insane and very hard to deal with. No one's mentioned leaving. But if you issue a travel advisory telling people not to come here, it would make sense that you wouldn't be here either, Leon. It would make sense that you weren't here either. It would make sense that I wouldn't see you on MLK. I wouldn't see you at University Mall because this is not a place where Black people are thriving. And it may even be dangerous. So why would you be here? That's the question. This is when you come up with that nonsense, that BS, you open yourself up to this kind of criticism. Now, you can be mad about it and you can be ugly about it if you'd like. That's your prerogative, I guess. But when you open the door, you have to expect people to walk through it. You open a window, you have to expect people to throw stuff through it. And that's what you've done. In fact, the NAACP is encouraging folks to stay here and fight. If there was ever a reason to stand your ground, it's Black people and the LGBT community, the immigrant community. Women need to stand our ground in Florida and fight and understand that the fight is a political fight. It's kind of hard to fight when things are going pretty good, huh? When Black businesses are thriving, Hispanic businesses are thriving, businesses owned by women are thriving. So that means those families of those groups are thriving. I'm sorry, the LGBT community, especially in South Florida, is thriving. It just is. It just is. Name me a gayer place in the world than Key West. Maybe San Francisco? But things suck in San Francisco. Name me a gayer place in the country than Key West. Even the LGBT community in Florida, especially South Florida, is thriving. So Leon, my man, what the hell are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? You're getting used again by the left. You're getting used again. Please stop. Please stop. All right. The movie, The Little Mermaid, came out. Y'all remember y'all remember The Little Mermaid, where Ariel, who is a mermaid, wants to go up on the land and fall in love and get legs, and I don't know. And so in the cartoon, the animated version, I guess she's white. Now remember, Ariel is a mermaid. She's not African American, and she is not white. I guess they make her white. If we're going to be super nerdish and geekish about it, I guess she would be white because they live at the bottom of the ocean. Sun doesn't get down there. Um, that makes sense, right? We're going to be super nerdish about it. I'm not going to be super nerdish because it's a freaking cartoon, and who the hell cares? But anyway, the narrative and the movie got released this weekend, and it did pretty well. But this is weird. The narrative that Disney is as a grooming hub was humorous, but and I know people feel otherwise. So let's talk about this. Then again, true or not, we can see how this narrative stays alive. It's not because conservatives are barking about it. It's the left overall and their penchant for wanting to sexualize everything and racialize everything. What was this New York Times review of a Little Mermaid reboot meant as a parody? I'm certain that normal parents who don't want child services placing them under investigation weren't looking for kink in this feature. Yeah, apparently the lack of BSDM material is what miffed this writer in his review via the New York Times. This is the New York Times, part of the New York Times review of Little Mermaid. Disney's live-action remake of Little Mermaid with Halle Berry starred as Ariel in a diverse cast. Reeks of obligation and noble intentions, Wesley Morris writes. Joy, fun, mystery, risk, flavor, kink. They're missing. Kink. What? What? Kink? The kink is missing? We have to ask the question. Kink? What? This is supposed to be a children's story. Wesley? Children's story. Kink? This is how, when you give these folks enough room and enough rope, they will eventually hang themselves. They will eventually hang themselves. It's my thought for all of us. Pay attention and act on the very important things. I tweeted some things that yesterday and the day before to stay focused on things that are true. Just stay focused. Plant your feet and stay laser focused on the things that are true. If you're on Twitter, post them. You are going to get pushback. You are going to get stuff thrown at you. You are. Okay. People are going to be mad with you. Most of the time, it's people that you don't know. So, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and post that there are only two genders. What if they shut my account down? What if they do? Post on your Facebook page, oh, by the way, that taxation is theft. What if they shut my account down? Okay. What if they shadow ban me? Okay. What if they suspend your account? Okay. There are only two genders. God created man, woman and man. He created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Marriage is for one man and one woman. Say it. Yes, YouTube is going to be mad with me. Their algorithm is going to hear me. What's actually kind of cool about YouTube is as I'm uploading this video, I'm uploading the video. Now, if you hear this on Spreaker or Spotify or iHeart, not the same process, but not yet anyway. But as I'm uploading this onto YouTube, YouTube's algorithm actually hears what I'm talking about. and makes decisions based on what it hears. So even if so I can try to upload it. And it isn't even that somebody woke at YouTube, view the video, and then pulled it down or shut it down. The machine language does that all by itself. A lot harder to get around. And that, as a matter of fact, it's impossible to get around. So you might as well just say it and suffer the consequences. I have no active strikes. I hope to not have any active strikes. We'd like to take this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We are at in the mid 600s. I'd love to take it to 600. I think I'd love to take it to 1,000 over the next month or so. That means I'm asking you to please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and share and comment and all that stuff. Because in the meantime, we're just going to get in fifth gear and hit the gas. We're going to get to fifth gear and hit the gas and go to We Hear class and go to We Hear class. Folks, thank you ever so much for tuning into the Morning Report. Again, my name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.